Well, I'm happy to be here this evening. So the topic is to finding a refuge within, and the idea of finding a refuge within, I think it's universal in some sense in every tradition. I think probably all the schools, all the belief systems, we all have that same principle. And here in Tibetan Buddhist tradition, clearly that in our tradition we say the ultimate refuge or the final refuge is that place in oneself, which we are referring here, I'm referring as stillness, silence and spaciousness, these three aspects. Reason why we say stillness, silence and spaciousness is because our body, our speech and our mind, so through our body we find the stillness, through our speech we find the silence, and through our mind we find the spaciousness. So when we go inside these three experiences, stillness, silence and spaciousness, as even it looks different, and you feel it's related with the different areas of our existence. One is related with the body, one is related with speech, one is related with the mind, but in the end experiences it's just one single essence, and we call it Tigle Nyakchik, a single sphere of light. And that place is what when I say finding in a refuge, is to go to that place. So that is like it's the essence. It's not like the manifestation. It's not the manifested Buddha or manifested any form of enlightened being, but it is the way these forms do manifest. So that when we go to that place, there is no shape, there is no color, there is no definition, any form, religion, philosophy. That place go beyond all the philosophy, all the religion, and all the concepts and ideas, all the emotions and thoughts, and for sure all the confusions, fears and pain. It goes beyond all of that. So, but that place, when we look for to achieve enlightenment, when we look for to achieve Buddhahood, and in Buddhism we call Buddhahood, of course we are trying to first realize that. We say one reason why we wander in samsara or in this place of suffering is because we don't have a recognition of that place, that essence. Because of lack of recognition, because lack of connection to that place, we are wandering in samsara. We are having these pains, we are getting confused, we are the cycle of rebirth again and again. So principle is to recognize that and then fully realize that. So that is when you want to fully realize that, one is achieving the Buddhahood, enlightenment. So, but that place is in every single sentient beings. That means not only human beings, insects. It says from highest enlightened being to lowest insect. The smartest awakened being to maybe the dumb, this whatever you want to call it, sentient being, that everybody has equally. It's not that experience, that place is not the Buddha has a better one and samsaric beings has a little bit lower quality. No, it's the same quality. So somehow we all have an incredible a treasure, a place, a wisdom in ourselves. Every single person, we all have that. And we are all kind of lost in touch with that place in ourselves. And that is clearly the reason why we are facing challenge and facing pains and having sufferings. So that is the point here. So when we say finding inner refuge, the idea of finding inner refuge, how does that feel? That whenever we face a challenge in our life, basic challenges challenges like it changes. One of the main causes of our suffering is change. We have very difficult time with the changes. Whatever we in one given moment, whatever we identify ourselves with, one job, we have difficulty to change that job. Whatever identity one have with one given time in one's life, we have difficulty to change with that. Whatever ways we feel in our body identity, I'm young, I'm old, whatever that is, we have difficulty to change with it. We have difficulties, the changes of our body, the aging. We have difficulties with the, losing friends. So all these changes are causing a lot of pain and suffering. So basic ones, aging, sickness and death, and losing families, losing something important things in our life that we identify with. Whenever we face those strong challenges or pains, so what we do? So this is the main point. So what we do when we need a real sense of support. Typically what we do is we're always trying to look outside, because we're always trying to find the answer outside. Every source of kind of happiness we think about, what makes someone happy, we look that answer outside. We even look for ourselves outside. When we're trying to find ourselves, we look that outside. We look that protection outside. And whenever we look that way, we really truly we don't find it. Even sometimes we feel like, okay, I found something, but then you come to a place it's not really helping. So the best place to turn is to inside. And the best inside is not only question about ideas or thoughts or feelings and emotion. It's not none of this. The turning place inside is just to simply find that deep place of stillness. To come to that place, a deep place of silence. And to come to that place of a place of spaciousness. So these three places, the most important one can find a protection. So I just wanted to say talk a little bit about these three places this evening, and also we will have some opportunity to practice. And also these three places, as I said earlier, that it is really like when you go that place, there's no religion. There's no philosophy, there's no boundaries. It's just same for everybody. The role of appearances, the role of images, the role of cultures, literature, of course they all have a role in every different form of spirituality that exists on the earth. They all have, important role. So somehow ways in which people understood in different time, different places, the ways in which they understood that essence, it's various. So historically, whatever the conditions in each different places and time, people have developed different forms of schools and traditions. And main thing is to try to communicate that, and main thing is trying to understand that essence. And sometimes people go too far away, losing connection to that place, losing realization and understanding of that place, and totally get lost into the form, what actually will represent that. And what in the end, what becomes is the form becomes most important. And people fight for forms and colors and ideas and just destroy each other, destroy the earth. A lot of harm and suffering and pain is brought in this duality sense, rather than bringing more like a unity and more unifying the forces. And if we're able to go to that place, there's no divisions like that. So on an individual level, we can on a collective level, or both on a collective and individual level, we can feel that whenever we can come to that place, there's much greater understanding, its connectedness with every tradition. Even between two people, whenever they come from that place, there is more sense of connection. There is more sense of harmony. Even within one's own self. Whenever you are going through your challenges and sufferings, pains in your life, when you come to that place, there is an immediate sense of healing there. So it's a great, I say, probably the greatest processor of any emotions and thoughts.